Hi, welcome back. Quick little video today. I want to talk about my extremely minimal routine that I do, or some, not necessarily routine. These are things that have really transformed my makeup throughout the years. And obviously, we're talking about this gradual transition into a minimal makeup lifestyle or a barely there chic look. I feel like that has been where my mood, my vibe has been shifting throughout like the past 5 years. So I sat down the other night and I was really thinking about these things that I have done in the past years to switch up my routine, to keep it at a bare minimum, but to also get the maximum effect. And what I mean by that is this look that I have on today, this is something that could be universal. Like, this is something that I could do daily and throw on quick in 5 minutes. This is something that I straight up have worn. I've had 2 family photo sessions this summer, and this is basically the look that I've worn for that. So it can just carry me into so many things, but it is so incredibly minimal, easy. And I'm just going to share these techniques that I have been implementing throughout the past several years that have really transformed my makeup game, and have left me with a quick routine that still looks nice and chic. So I'm going to talk about some techniques and also some products that I enjoy using for this style or type of look. So let's go ahead and start. The number one thing that has transformed not only my makeup confidence, but how I feel about my makeup at the end of the day is wearing a really sheer base with a little bit of a heavier concealer. And heavier in my mind is a concealer that's like medium coverage. I'm not out here using anything that's like full on coverage, but you get what I'm saying. There's a balance there. There is a sheer layer, and then I just go in the spots that I want a little bit more coverage with a medium coverage concealer. So essentially spot concealing. 5, 6, 7 years ago when, I was doing like even just a medium coverage foundation with the concealer and everything else on top, looked beautiful, like in the morning, midday, fine. I just remember always like going places and checking my mirror on the car ride to like wherever I was going. And by the end of the day, just being like really disappointed in how everything had kind of settled into my lines or my under eye area. And that's ultimately because I was wearing like a ton of pigment on my face. So by using a sheer base, you get a nice, soft, even complexion. Everything might not be covered, but that's where the spot concealing comes in at. And ultimately you don't have like a ton of pigment just covering all over your face. You just really have it where you need it. And when I tell you, ever since I've been implementing this routine, I love the way my skin looks at the end of the day. Like, most of the time it doesn't matter which type of base I wear, as long as it's a pretty sheer base. I just feel like my skin looks so much better. And even if product has faded, it fades in more of like a skin-like, barely there, graceful way. Love the Chanel Freshwater Tint. Obviously, I talk about that one often, but unfortunately, it's sold out everywhere, and I know that they've come out with a newer version of this, but it's not been confirmed if that's a replacement for this product. So they recently released like totally new packaging and a new formula on this, but it has a totally different name, and it's supposed to have more coverage. So I'm kind of concerned. I'm kind of worried. I'm glad that I have 2 basically full-size bottles right now of this, because some people are saying like they got rid of it and it's just this new formula. I'm not really sure. So obviously that's a favorite. Not many people can get it right now. This is what I'm wearing right now. The L'Oreal Age Perfect Tinted Balm. Love this. I think this is really great for all skin types. Throw it on. It's got this balmy, luxurious texture. It feels incredible. Feels really nice, almost like you're putting on a moisturizer, and it gives you this beautiful sheer finish. Some other ones, Neutrogena Hydro Boost, love that one. I'm just going to list some of my favorites in the info box. And keep in mind, you can really play up a sheer base. I think a lot of people think like, oh, if I want to wear blush, bronzer, highlighter still, and I don't have like a full coverage base or a medium coverage base, it's not going to look good. Just give it a try and report back to me. It's summertime. We're transitioning into the fresh face type looks, no better time to try this. Okay, second thing that I will do to not only save time, but also keep definition and some color in my face is actually use a product that is kind of like a blush bronzer combo. So today I'm wearing the new Persona Dreamstick blush in the shade Teddy. It is what terracotta, orange, brown, nude dreams are made of. It is such a me color, and if you're familiar with my channel, then obviously you know I lean towards like browns in my blushes and terracotta, and honestly it's because I'm lazy and I want that blush bronzer effect in one swipe, in one go. So instead of going in and doing two separate products, it's a one and done style thing. It might take you a while to find some blush or bronzer combos that have that perfect medium. I'm going to list some of mine down below. Off the top of my head, obviously, the Persona one I just mentioned. Merit's Terracotta would be a good example. Also Jones Road Tawny. I've been using that one a lot this summer. Daniel Sandler Golden Glow. That's like one of the tops for me. It's so incredibly beautiful. I love the Tower 28 Bronzinos. I use mine in the shade West Coast. It's kind of dark for my skin tone, but it has a pretty high red undertone, so it kind of gives me that blushy and ultra bronzy style look. So it's like, is she wearing blush and bronzer, or is that just a bronzer? It gives you the definition you need, but with just one product. So yeah, I will do that on most days. It's super natural, but also gives me definition. The next type of technique that I started doing probably like maybe a little less than that, 3-4 years ago, has just totally changed how not only I do my eyeshadow, but I personally think how much more elongated it makes my eye look. And you're familiar with this, like I don't do eyeshadow any other way now. So if you watch my eye tutorials, this is how I do eyeshadow. But I just want to talk about it a little more, explain why I think it is such a easy way to transform your eyes. So it's kind of just like, we're going to call it the half smudgy. I basically take one of my dark cream eyeshadows, like a dark brown. Today I'm wearing Heather's Steel by Bobbi Brown. And I basically just create a semi-thick line halfway to my lid, and I blend it outward. I don't really bring a ton in. Whatever's left, I'll kind of like softly transition it in for a gradient look. But I focus all of that color on the half portion outwards, and you'll see kind of in the little demo I'm inserting how I do that. I use a pretty tapered brush, and I just focus all my product on this outer portion, and I will oftentimes connect the lower lash line, and I'll kind of draw up a couple times, and that's where you see this elongated style effect. And I know a lot of you have adopted this technique because back in the day when I started posting videos on this technique, I think one of those videos has like close to 1 million views, if not 1 million at this point. So I know a lot of people saw that and picked up on it, practiced it, and really saw how effective it is at elongating your eyes and just giving you kind of more of this like wide awake, fresh look. Again, without going in with an eyeshadow palette, without going in with a ton of brushes, without wasting, 10 minutes to do an eye look. It is literally takes me like 60 seconds to do this. And you can very easily jazz this up. Sometimes by the end of the day, I'll like reapply a little bit, deepen it up, and then I'll go in with like a soft shimmer and like tap on the middle of my eye, and it gives me, like this elevated look. It's very easy to transform, very easy to work with, and once you get the hang of it, you're probably not going to do eyeshadow any other way. So it's really no secret that I am a lip liner fiend. 9 times out of 10 on most days, I'll literally just wear lip liner and nothing else. And it's because, okay, I get asked this a lot, especially when I do like full on lip looks. Sometimes people will be like, did you get lip fillers, or have you had lip fillers done? No, I'm just obsessed with lip liner. Like, I wear it every single day. It gives me a confidence boost. And ultimately, yeah, it kind of does give me that fuller style look. But we're out here knowing I'm terrified of needles. I can't go through with it. So lip liner is my bestie. And the way that I use lip liner now is I just apply it, like literally just apply it how you normally would. I give it a little smudgy smudge, and then I wear clear. I literally wear like a clear lip with it, and it gives me this ultra defined look, but also not going overboard by applying a like heavier, thicker lipstick over the top. Just really glossy, defined lips. And I love it no matter what look I do. Right now I'm wearing Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Medium with the Tarte Maracuja lip in the shade Guava, which is basically like a clear. And I feel like it gives me this juicy look, but it's not overdone, really defined look. And I really think it makes my overall makeup pop. And sure, there are days when I just want to like throw on a lip balm, whatever, but it does not give me that elevated style of look. Also, something that I've really graduated into within the past few years is using like really dark lip liners. Of course, I smudge them out, so you can't really tell they're super dark. But one of my favorites to use is Mesquite. It's from the Sephora collection. It's a rouge gel. It's a pretty dark brown, kind of mahogany color. And I love wearing that with like a clear lip. A lot of people would comment, they're like, ooh, it's, like 90s lip vibes. Kind of, but in a glossy way. So yeah, that's just kind of my final thing that I do to elevate. And I truly think if I don't do that, my look's a little boring. Like, it just doesn't pop off for me like that. So it's just one thing that I always do, throw on lip liner to give that extra definition. But that's pretty much it. Like, I don't go over the top. I put clear on top of it. And it gives me that false, like full pout. Okay, I think that's it. I think those are the things that I've really transformed in my routine that have helped me kind of come to this point in my makeup journey where I'm always just thrilled with how my makeup looks. And I don't know if I've ever been able to say that because I'm always testing new things, and in order to do that, like, I have to switch up my routine a lot. So frequently throughout the years, I've used like obviously different brushes, different sponges, different application methods, and I still do that. You have to do that with products to give them a fair shot. But I have this routine that I can come back to, and these techniques that I can come back to that just give me this solid, just kind of foundation for how I like my makeup, how I want my makeup to look, and ultimately like me being happy with how it looks at the end of the day. So I hope some of these things help you out. I hope you implement some of them, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.